as always, waiting on the super producer. Oh, it was the wrong one. We're not starting with the Bulls. Let's start the show.
That's terrible.
Maybe. There it is.
Shaking my head. That's just hilarious.
Breeze Nation, what's going on? How y'all feeling?
Yeah.
How you doing, Joe?
Doing quite well.
How are you doing? You good?
Good.
You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right, buddy.
You okay? Everything going well for you? How many toilets you done today?
What you keep looking at me for?
You looking at me like I did something.
How many toilets you done today?
I need the one talking to you.
Yeah.
He is.
How many toilets you done today?
Right now.
He looking at me like, what you saying, bro? What's that?
The guy who runs the business is the guy
What you saying, bro?
that shows up the latest and just starts making graphics out of nowhere. Nothing changed. It never changed, Joe. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to Show and Love. As always, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As sometimes the super producer Joel Holt, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody bro. And Mr. Meaty, so far down there, Mr. Meaty. Hey, buddy.
All right.
What's going on? Normally you're a lot closer to me.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Joe kicks you out of your seat every single time.
Because it's not these graphics right.
Yeah, boy. A lot to get into on today's episode as we got to talk about. We got to talk about which of these rookies has the best opportunity to start. I thought a very interesting article from Bill Barnwell the other day dropped on ESPN.com that talked about one name that may have to look over his shoulder when he gets to camp. And it was a name that had to look over his shoulder last year. So we'll take a look at that. And also get a reaction to you guys' thoughts and feelings from Michael Reinsdorf and new executive vice president of basketball operations, Bryson Graham, and kind of talk about what he said and where the future of this team might go. Also, is there a pretty obvious name that's going to be the next head coach of the Chicago Bulls that he dropped in that meeting? All that and more in today's episode. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, how you feeling? Everybody good?
Friday Eve.
Okay.
Friday Eve is a great way to describe this, honestly. It is Friday Eve for us. It feels good to be going into a Friday. Y'all were judging me for my thoughts on preschool graduation, but
definitely was throwing some Smitty over there that you don't understand the development aspect of preschool graduation.
My first graduation was 8th grade. Like, that's actually you leaving a school and going to another school. Outside of that, what you do? Where you going?
It's a step.
It's for the children, man.
Now you're going from having to be potty trained now to having to sit in a seat for 4 to 5 hours at a time. It is a huge deal going from preschool to kindergarten. I'm just saying, bro.
I wouldn't say it's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal now.
Prepare the children.
It's a huge deal now.
That's all. It's just more of preparing them as they move into the next phase.
I just feel like you get less nap time. Like they're like, an hour. Let's go back to 30 minutes.
You get a lot of less nap time. You get a lot of less nap time. Kindergarten is actually structured.
Yeah, kindergarten gonna be tough for her because she's a 2:00 napper.
Ooh,
yeah, she gonna be at 2:00. She down for a nap. She's gonna have some struggles,
and that's why this is a big deal. That's why it's a big deal.
I will never forget. I went from preschool to Marcus Garvey Elementary in the city, and I was in kindergarten. And I remember this is the first time I'm actually really like in school, like for like the whole day. And then we're all hanging out, having a great time, and the teacher was like, "All right, time to take a nap." I said, yes. Take a nap? I don't want to take a nap. Shut the lights off. Yeah. Everybody put their heads down. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I had to put my hands, and I'm crying. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to take a nap. And her name was Miss Garrett. I'll never forget. Are you crying, Joel? You know what, class?
There's no crying in baseball.
Everybody cried with Joel. Wham! I was like, oh, dang. Well, I was like, wham! I was super pissed. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to take a nap. And she made the whole class cry with me. I didn't want to take a freaking nap.
Hey, why did this shape Joel to this day?
I was gonna say, this traumatic. Is something that stuck with him his entire life.
That is traumatic. Jeez.
Since he teacher told the whole class to cry with Joe.
Right? Everybody want to cry with Joe because he don't want to take. No, I don't want to take a freaking nap.
Oh God, that's so funny.
I'd rather be home. Take a nap. I got things to do.
Chris Ross said when they tell parents to dress up their kids for their fifth grade, fifth grade. Y'all graduating fifth grade too?
Fifth?
Yeah, they go from they kept changing it. Now you go to junior school. High school.
Junior high.
Yeah, it's too much.
When I was growing up, it was kindergarten all the way through.
Right, kindergarten to 8th grade. They have no junior high.
It's too much. That's how mine was.
It was junior high when we moved out to the burbs. But when I was in the city, there was no junior high.
My school was K through 8, but then they closed it, and then they had other schools that popped up. So we just had, and Neil was always a 6th grade school, but we had a school that was just 6th grade.
Mm.
And then they opened it to 7th and 8th, so I stayed there. No, Novak was just 6th grade, and then we had a school that was 7th and 8th, and that was Neil. That's where I went for middle school, and then we went to high school.
Yeah,
and we only graduated 8th grade in high school. Those are only 2. Yeah. It was different, man. Different strokes for different folks. My baby graduating preschool, so I got to miss rookie mini camp.
You don't have to miss. It's an honor to attend.
That's the problem.
It's an honor to attend preschool.
No, the problem is you're missing. That's what the issue is. I'm like, now the plot.
I get to miss.
Yeah, he has
it's
to.
It's an honor to attend preschool, sir. You only get one time at this.
Let's talk football.
Okay.
Because I can care less. Hey, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Let's talk about these rookies, boys, because I think that this is going to be a very, very interesting upcoming season here with where a lot of these rookies are at right now, especially talking about some guys that it seems like are going to be shoo-ins to have jobs pretty early on. And I want to go through the rookie class, just get you guys' thoughts on whether you think these guys are going to be starters or you think they're going to have to fight for everything they've got in this league, tooth and nail. Let's start off with the number 1 pick. I mean, he kind of comes into a situation where you can't really say that he's not going to start because there's really not another name there. But Dylan Thieneman, I think, is an obvious starter. Here, I'm sorry, Thieneman.
Think of Thieneman.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
That's how you got it.
That's how hell me remember that.
Travis Scott.
Too much drug addict music out here.
Right.
But no, wow. Dylan Thieneman.
Just here to help. That's all.
To me, I think it's a very interesting name here because you expect him to start. There's going to be a ton of pressure put on his shoulders early on. More so because if you're not good in a starting position pretty quick, they didn't draft defensive line in this draft. In fact, they took safety over defensive line at 25, where there were defensive linemen available to you. I think the pressure on Dylan Thieneman is going to be very high this season.
For me, it's I do think he's definitely a day 1 starter, especially if he shows any kind of promise doing rookie mini camp and doing regular training camp. If he stays injury free, and like I said, shows any kind of way he did in college, I think he's definitely a day 1 starter. And I'm excited for him to feel that other safety open
next to Kobe Bryant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Kobe can teach him how to the NFL speed, because it's going to be a little learning curve where he can actually, Kobe can help him out, make sure he's in the right spot, and can it be the mic for the defensive back.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, JC?
This is a player that you shouldn't have been in a position to get.
That is true. We were shocked when he was there.
Oh,
all of the projection said 18 or less, in the draft. And so you got a special talent at a position that was needed. You got Kobe, and now you have a tandem that I think he's going to be out the gate. He had one of the better draft combines this year, and you feel the need again. So I don't think there's going to be anybody that challenges Dylan for that spot. He might be a very, very special player. But yeah, I think it's obviously going to be a day 1 starter. Like you mentioned, Drew, rookie minicamp is coming up, but I don't think there's going to be anybody that's really going to compete with him for that position at safety.
Joe, your thoughts on Dylan Thieneman?
Day 1 starter, automatic. The fact is that it's rare that you can fill a need and a want at the same time, like getting the top talent that drops that low. Like everybody thought top 10, top 12. I was wishful thinking. You know, he was on my board. I was like, that's one of the guys I wanted in the first place.
Yeah, I think he was on all of our board, and we all just went, he's not going to be there.
If it was wishful thinking that he can actually be there, then, you know, I was all for it. So the fact that we got him and we had a position of need, now you got a day one starter. That couldn't have been set up any more perfectly, because that was the fact remains that everybody wanted like some type of defensive line help. And so you're still sitting here like, hey, you know, we still got this hole at the safeties position. So to get one of the best guys, at least the second, if not maybe 1A, 1B of the top safeties out of the draft, and he gets to start right away, and I think he'll be fine. You talk about probably putting him in, and we probably have a 10-year starter.
Yeah, that's the hope, man. On to the next pick that I thought, I'll be honest with you, Grady with the super chat said, at Joel, take my Bears ticks, no D-line. Joe will take your Bears tickets. Like, I mean, that's it. That's
I will gladly take them.
Listen, if anybody wants to sell their season tickets, this is a group that will go in on some season tickets together.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we getting 4 seats. What is that? Usually about $190 a person.
Yeah.
Per game, and then you got to pay the PCL.
Yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah, you getting cracked over the head.
Right, but 8 to 10,000, right?
Yeah, you getting cracked over the head.
I think Bears fans.
It's a very bend over and take this kind of relationship.
Whoa.
When you
Pause.
when you get Bears season tickets, it's not even a pause.
Pause.
That's not even a pause. You just got to let that happen. Like that's how Bears season tickets go.
But the thing is, like, Bears fans really need to understand, like, just because the media keeps telling you all these things, and like, we don't know what it's really like behind closed doors.
Honestly, Joe, I'm not going to say the Bears media. The eye test says the defensive line needs help.
Yeah, but I didn't even get my point out.
We only need them to be actually serviceable for right now until we get to be able to find the right player. Like we talked about last week, where Pat brought it in, that Dennis Allen has his defense. If he gets his players in his defense, then it'll work. We have to see. This will be his first year with his team running his team his way instead of running Eberflus's defense, where then we can actually see and see that the strides that he make. And like Ben Johnson said, coaching is going to matter on this defensive line. So
what I'm trying to say is that I think the fact remains that we were deadlocked regardless. So I, of course, want us to improve our D-line anytime. The trenches is where everything matters. The Bears changed their offensive line in 1 year, practically overhauled it. So the fact, to me, I think this is a smart group of individuals.
Over 100 in the chat.
100.
Continue.
I think the Bears brass is smart enough to understand what they need to do. And I just think that if they didn't move up to 15 to get Bain, something says that either he wasn't that special for him to move to do it, because the guy that you want, you're going to go for the guy that you want.
I didn't take
and
that.
Just depends on what you're willing to give up. It would cost you a lot to give it up. Yeah, man.
But we have I think the whole point is, if they had believed in Shamar Turner, they think Booker's probably going to do something. You still got Sweat on the other end. So the question marks come down to Javon Dexter, and he's coming into a contract year. So they probably figured we don't necessarily need to make as much noise as we would like to, or the draft didn't work out for him. So I agree. Look, I would like to see a dominant defensive line, 100%. But we got our linebackers hooked up. We got a new rookie safety that can play with an upgraded. Our whole secondary to me is upgraded.
Well, I live in a world where two things can be true. I think that you got really good players. I also think your defensive line is going to be piss poor this year. Shamar Turner got to show me something. Shamar Turner has shown us nothing.
Of course.
Right. And so we were expecting him to come from an interior position. He's going to be an exterior player probably this season, and they think that he's the defensive end that they need, which is fine. He played well at defensive end in college, so I'm not going to sit here and say that he can't be. Dio Adangbo, who you paid a bunch of money to, right?
Motivated.
A motivated Dio Adangbo, who you paid a bunch of money to.
Forget about a motivated Dio.
No.
I just think that you like it would being honest about it, right? I'm not going to be surprised when Montez Sweat kind of looks the same, or when Dio Adangbo kind of looks the same, or when Javon Dexter kind of looks the same. Like, when people show you who they are, believe them. I would love to think that Dio Adangbo is phenomenal. More than likely, he's what he was when you saw him with the Colts. And what you saw with the Bears, he was kind of that same player, and it didn't change. But it doesn't mean to me that the draft was bad, because it doesn't. I think you still got a ton of good players out of it. I think Thieneman is a starter. Where we starting off at,
and then we got Logan Jones.
If we go into Logan Jones here, I mean, you got your. To me, you have your starting center of the future. And I'll tell you what, I noted that what they did with Garrett Bradbury today, where they restructured his contract, paid him $4 million guaranteed. Essentially, that was I think he now makes $4.7 million, and 3 of it is guaranteed. That sounded like, hey, we promise you, we want you to be here, but if that kid is better than you
by the end of the year,
he's gonna play.
He's gonna play, and we're gonna trade him over to Baltimore.
Joe, where you going with this mic, bro? You all over the place with this mic. He's like, it's up here, it's down here.
I see it was like covering my whole face. So I was like,
that's why I do this version of it, Joe, where you just pop it up a little bit. You know what I mean? That you could just speak into it. You can project into the diaphragm.
You want me to
mic.
project?
Yeah, a little now it's limp. Now we need pills for it.
Oh wow.
Oh sweet Jesus. Just
yeah.
Leave me alone. Keep going.
Let's go move on to Logan Jones.
Joel fiddle faddle with that mic right there. Let's just watch him.
No,
my grandma used to love fiddle faddle.
But to Grady's point, I'm not making
that stuff is good.
But to Grady's point, I'm not making excuses. It's just that I think they are deadlocked. They put too much money in the line that we have. And so we're stuck with this line. I definitely want to see an improvement of the defensive line. The Dios is money. Got money
it all comes off the books
and
next
Garrett
year.
And Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
You know, those are two. You know, we need to see something out of them if we get anything out of them. And then I guess next year will be the year.
Yeah, we'll end up seeing. To me, I look at Logan Jones now, and that is where I get excited. I think that the conversation around Garrett Bradbury, he's fine. He's here. I think he's going to do the job well, and he's going to fit. I'll be honest with you. If we get halfway through the season, I think Logan Jones will probably be the starter pretty early on. And I think that Garrett Bradbury needs to be watching over his shoulder. I also think there may be a conversation pre-trade deadline where Brian Poles is able to flip that first round center that we traded a 5th round pick for, but a 5th round center for better draft capital in the upcoming draft to the Baltimore Ravens, possibly, who has already been rumored could be trying to make a trade for the Bears center, with them going out and drafting center, because Declan Doyle runs a very similar system and he needs a center that can get out and make some moves. To me, if you got Logan Jones as your guy of the future, Bradbury's here on a 1-year deal. I doubt you're re-signing him. He probably still wants to be a starter. I think that Garrett Bradbury probably ends up not a part of this Bears team by the time the season ends.
So for me, I think Logan Jones is either starts week 1 or doesn't start until next year. I don't think we move centers mid-season unless we're having a horrible year, which I don't think, or injury, which I hope neither one happens. Yeah. I hope that we are 10-7, 11-6 like we were last year, and our center is playing well. Because we would love to get that draft capital back. But I don't want to switch centers in the middle of the season, because that says something way different than what really should be going on.
I'm just looking at Jordan trying to look good on the camera with these pillows on his lap. I see him looking at himself. Just like, now let me sit up right there.
Exactly. They covered up.
It's the pillows, brother. What are your thoughts on Logan Jones, man?
Easily my favorite pick of the draft. I did a deep dive on him. And I think I agree with Drew. At first I thought, well, you're going to have a competition come training camp, a real competition between him and Garrett. But the more I think about it, I mean, you not wasted, but you chose to go that route of getting your 2nd round pick and addressing center. And so someone, first of all, who is that early of a draft pick, and also an older prospect, you're not just going to let him just sit there and rot. In a sense, he doesn't need to necessarily just learn the curve of the NFL. I feel like you put him out there. He has the leadership qualities. That's one of the things that they talked about with him being at Iowa. Iowa, as we already know, is a great program for those type of players on the offensive
O-line
line.
Right.
Remington Award winner, Tyler Linderbaum predecessors. Like, a lot of people are saying that he could potentially be a Tyler Linderbaum type. And so I love that. I know he's a little undersized, but the pass pro is elite. Has to work on his run protection a little bit better. But I mean, this is a guy who has all the right things. He said the right things in his presser to begin with. I like a Logan Jones to start.
I think I kind of go with what Drew was saying. He's either going to be the guy and beats him out in by training camp, or it's probably kind of like the left tackle, about like Ozzie. Like towards the end of the year, he's got it.
Ozzie got in pretty early. Ozzie got in like week 6.
Yeah, but I'm saying closer to the end of the year, because they said the center is one of the hardest positions to learn. So
it is. Especially in Ben Johnson's system. You got to learn a lot. This system is
very complex from what we're hearing. So, the point is that either way, you definitely got a future starter. In at least the first two are definitely starters.
I think here's my thing with it. Because of the age that Jordan brought up, I believe they would want to get Logan and Caleb working together as quickly as possible, no matter the situation. I get you don't want to switch your centers in the middle of the year, but I need Logan Jones and Caleb Williams to work well together. Mm-hmm. It has to happen. And that means you have to go through the bumps and bruises that realistically you only get to experience on the football field. No. You only get to experience in live action through live play. I would expect that I'll say this, if it is Logan Jones is developing at a faster rate than they expect, and maybe he's a step behind Garrett Bradbury ain't starting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gonna get moved on from.
But you
might keep him. I'm not saying you trade him away. You might keep him on the team because you want to have a veteran center that's a good backup. You don't have another center on the team.
I know, but we would love that to happen. But at the same time, you want that development to come naturally. You don't want it to be rushed because as you keep saying, we're in the Super Bowl window. So you can't be in the Super Bowl window where you're putting a rookie center out there that's not necessarily ready, but could be ready if you're trying to maximize this window. You have to go with the solid veteran at that time and let Logan develop a little, on a regular natural pace where he would start year 2. So that's why you for me, those two things can't be true at the same time. You can't be in the Super Bowl window and
who's feeding them through a fire hose, though. You think he's the one who's Ben about to unload on these mugs. Pause.
Whoa,
now, it's about to be crazy, but hey, listen, I hate to say it, but kinda like Ben is about to literally just be like, let's see if you can figure it out or not.
It is, but
GG.
But he tried to do that with the offensive line last year, and
it worked.
It did, but they struggled a little bit, and then they picked it up with a center being the most important part of the offensive line because he's the one that's calling out the calls a lot of the times. He has to have a little bit more expert knowledge in that you can't just throw him in the fire like that because else you'll end up with a Coleman Shelton in my room.
No.
Right.
In my room.
You better not have nowhere near Coleman Shelton.
I don't think you'll end up with a Coleman Shelton in that situation because this is the thing. He's got the strength to play. What'll keep him off the field will be, like you said, right? Knowing the calls, knowing the checks, knowing how to call out who's got fire, right? If you got a blitz coming, knowing how to call out the mic. Like there's a lot that the center has to do. It's very much like going back to Olin Kreutz.
Yeah.
Olin Kreutz did everything for Jay Cutler.
He did.
Now, I don't think that it's the same thing as that with Caleb. Like, I think Caleb does more. But like Olin Kreutz, like if he wasn't on the field, it was like, all right, who knows where everyone's at? Because Jay don't. Like, I think that is the importance of it. And to me, like, we'll see how it ends up working out. But I would definitely feel like there is a world where Ben Johnson would rather see you go through the bumps and bruises like we did early in the season last year. You're right. We did have a rocky start with the offensive line. They couldn't stop jumping off sides. I still want to know what happened at that practice. Like one practice, he just went in. He said, "We're gonna fix it," and then they were perfect. And I was I'm telling you, bro, he beat him with bars of soap and pillowcases, bro. Like he went prison rules on him. Like he had to. It was
somebody got beat up.
That or it was literally donut. That or it was literally
Private Powell.
That or it was literally every time you jumped off sides, run.
What was the goof up that kept messing up in that movie?
That's Private Powell.
Oh, is it Private Powell?
Yeah.
His failed. So now I will punish all of you. So you all owe me 50 whatever push-ups or whatever it is. And you earn it, you eat it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love the Marine Corps. They beat him with them.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it really is like I think something happened like that where it was like you jump off sides, everybody run. They fat, bro. Like they muscle, but like it's a lot of fat in there. Like they don't want to run. You know what I mean? Something happened that changed it.
Well, you
And
got
I
a real
think
coach.
that is going to be the case no matter
Accountability.
what moving forward. There's going to be a lot of pressure put on these guys to succeed early on.
Yeah, no, I think that you have a coach that has accountability. They're paying a lot of money. There's a lot of money put into this team, so there's expectations. I think conspiracy-wise, you know what I think? I think that the NFL wanted to make sure that Thieneman came to the Bears. In my opinion,
I ain't gonna lie.
That's the makeup for not giving us our.
I think that we didn't get those picks.
Yeah.
Hey, let them get a Thieneman. I, in my heart of hearts,
This the
believe
weird
that.
thing.
I do too.
Of all the leagues, I actually think the NFL is the one that's literally like, you can suck or not. We don't care. Kansas City wins championships and they're gods. Like, I actually think they might be the cleanest one, and they do the dirtiest stuff. I think the NBA 100% be like, all right,
They all
like if the Bulls win the lottery this year, diabolical.
They better.
Because you just
we
know.
need
They get
somebody.
1 in like 8.
You know what I mean? Because you just know. Well, no, the 15 pick is going to be the 15 pick no matter what.
Oh, okay.
But like if they find they win to the top 4 picks, diabolical.
We need that, man.
Like you just know, all right,
It's a rebirth of Chicago,
now.
but Chicago, like everything's coming back, man. It's awesome.
Hey, Chicago's had one too many first round picks in a row. The White Sox have it coming this year.
No,
The Blackhawks had it with Connor Bedard.
We need the Bulls.
They got 4 again. They almost did it again.
Yeah.
The Bears have had the first overall pick.
That's the first time it ever happened.
Sky have had the second overall pick. No, we had the first overall pick before he went to war.
Ooh, the Bulls?
The
I mean,
Bears.
the Bears?
The Bears had the first overall pick
What,
before.
in the 70s?
No, it was in like the 50s. He went to war. No, the 40s maybe.
Nobody
He literally was like, I ain't playing.
Glad you actually
Yeah, right. That's 2 out of almost 100 years. There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
You
like,
shouldn't get it every year.
no, we should.
Hey, San Antonio and OKC got it every other year.
Well, OKC traded for a lot of their first
Orlando
overall
got it
picks.
2 in a row.
did too.
Oh yeah, Philly got all those wasted picks. Trust
Philly
the
got
process.
so many.
and only got what, 2 up, 1 on the, just 1 on the team, right?
Just one. Yeah, just Embiid.
Everybody else gone.
Just Embiid.
But no, anyways, to your point though, I mean, Logan Jones should start eventually. If not, we know he's the eventual starter.
Yeah.
I guess, do we go to Sam Roush?
Yeah, Sam Roush is an interesting one. I mean, listen, I think this is a guy that doesn't start. I think he's not even in the conversation of starting. I think he fits a role. And your hope is that he catches the football well enough to eventually be what Cole Kmet is, right? Like a blocking tight end off of the edge that's not going to have a ton of catches in a season, but is going to have impactful ones. Cole Kmet has one of the biggest catches of the Bears season. Didn't end up in a win, but keeps you alive in a playoff game. So you got to have guys that don't have to get ready, can stay ready. But outside of that, like Sam Roush is the 13 personnel guy. Like, I don't think he's the starter. I don't think he's competing to be a starter. I think that he's somebody who is competing to hopefully get in there with Cole Kmet and, you know, have opportunities with Cole on the field.
What I'm hoping is that we turn into like have that tough like mentality like the 49ers. Like they've always came across like a tough blocking, running team, you know. Well, Kyle, was it Juszczyk?
Kyle Juszczyk.
I see Roush kind of more like, does he kind of play that kind of role? And then us becoming a real tough team. Like Logan Jones, to me, this sounds like we're going to get a nasty, tough offensive line that we've been needing for a very long time.
Yeah. He's mean.
We need mean. We need tough. Because when we move down to the other guy, I think, you know, we get some tough, some nasty on the team. We need that.
Yeah.
Grit.
For me, I don't think, like you said, I don't think he starts at all. I think he comes in those heavy run packages, and especially with we got the yoked left tackle tooth man,
yoked Braxton Jones.
Exactly. So we're gonna.
That's what Ben Johnson said.
So we're looking at he's going to be helping out on the left hand side.
Hope he's motivated. Is that what you said?
You know.
Well, the issue was he's really going. No, his pass blocking was just terrible. His run blocking was good.
I know, but
he's just talent. That ain't motivation. That's just talent.
Right. So
what I'm saying is, does he? Is he in shape that he gets? Well, his issue was his skinny legs, right?
But that's why he said he's
Yeah,
yoked.
but yoked is upper body. Yoked ain't usually legs.
No. You could yoke your tree trunks. You could
suck your legs.
You can have yoked tree trunks.
You can do what to you? What?
You can have yoked tree trunks.
Okay, all right.
You can have yoked tree trunks.
Respect.
And that's what we have. And if not, Sam Roush will potentially be on that left side helping out in the run game and in the passing game.
That is the hope. Yeah.
The whole chip, and maybe he can catch a little something out in the flat if we need to.
What would that look like with Caleb getting dang near 4 to 5 seconds of time to pass?
Look a lot like what you saw last season. I mean, the offensive line was really good last year.
It was
ridiculously good last year.
It was definitely good.
It was the best offensive line in football last year.
But no, Caleb did some Superman escapism.
100%. You got to help
it was a little bit 60-40, you know, like blocking, and then 40% him getting out of a lot of stuff.
Is there an offensive line you would have rather had in front of Caleb last year?
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is what it looks like if it's even better than what we had.
There's not an offensive line in football I'd have rather had in front of Caleb.
If you pick up a run blocking tight end,
maybe the Patriots. No, but they gave up a lot of sacks last year.
They gave up. I was going to say, what's his name got sacked a lot. Nah, it is a lot on him too. But
yeah, a lot of him was on
Drake
him.
May got sacked a lot last year.
Yeah, but they had a good running game and a good passing game, and he had some time back there. But Bears definitely had one of the top 5 offensive lines.
You know what's also top 5 is that we got over 200 in the chat.
Over 200 in the chat. Hold on, I got
300. Over 300 in the chat.
300. What is he? That's the total views, Joe.
So, anyways, I was saying that Sam
Roush. JC, what are your thoughts on Sam Roush? Where do you think he's going to end up at?
Raquel Roush. Sam Roush.
What if he's part of the racing family, the Roush family?
Is that a racing family?
Yeah.
Like a derby family or something?
No, the car racing.
Oh, cars. I said Roush.
Couldn't tell you a single racer.
But Sam Roush, no, he's not a starter. But like you all said, I think he comes in different packages and kind of gets his feet wet from time to time. Those 13 personnel is going to be big. I'm of the belief that maybe there's a challenge or competition, I should say, for left tackle between Braxton and Jedrick. Whoever they put over there, they're going to give them some help where you can kind of knock whoever the defender is off their route to give Caleb even more time, maybe a couple of seconds to scan the field and get even more time to do what he has to do. So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah, great job there, Pat, the producer. But
I didn't do that. Jesus.
Which one? You?
Are we good?
But see, I think about where does Jedrick fall into this?
Coming from? Hold on. Because I'm hearing the echo like a mud. Where the heck is that coming from?
So you're going out to that TV?
Didn't have it before.
But it literally just started out of nowhere.
Is it a site?
Mute what?
Is it the site? Because it's.
Do y'all hear that?
Breeze Nation, do you hear that?
Hold up.
Lower this TV.
Ooh, that's loud.
All of our mics are muted, so it's something.
The loud and shrill. Is there a remote? Yeah. Yeah, that's what's saying over that. Yeah.
Where did the echo come from? It literally came out of nowhere.
Well, it says we're mute. He says we're still muted, right?
I'm trying to see where the echo came from, though. There shouldn't be
what
anything.
Did you click on? You clicked on something.
Check. I just muted my.
Hey, bro, leave me and my Miller
Was it
Lite
you?
alone.
I don't know. I didn't change nothing.
You
Dilly
muted
dilly.
your video ninja?
Dilly
Now,
dilly.
but did you do anything on my?
I
video?
added your video in.
That's why. So my audio was already on, and you added that video.
Oh, okay.
Well, now I muted it. Okay, that's what that was.
Oh, okay.
Turn
That was
it back on there.
terrifying. Ah!
So what, JC, what were you saying
They can
about that?
actually hear you.
Sorry about that,
Can they actually hear
guys.
us?
Yeah, they can hear us. Yeah, we good. Sorry about
Jeremy
that.
was see, I hear it all the way out of New York. Shout out to my
All
boy
the way up
Jeremy.
New
My
York.
fault, man. I meant to hit you back, Jeremy. I got busy. I'll hit you later on, man.
I don't believe you.
So
Hey. You take him
Go
out
ahead,
of
go.
you,
No,
take-
no, finish what you were saying.
You take him out of chair and then you cut him off.
he didn't take me out of my chair.
yeah, that's right. He moved him.
Yeah, I moved him, y'all. You should have seen that. He said, get your big tail out of here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, all
the
right.
big tail.
See if we give me more images.
What
up
were you
in
saying there, JC?
My point is basically
Bobby
Sam
said
Rich.
that's the sound of Braxton Jones going backward.
Hey, that was a good one.
That actually was good.
That was a good one.
I think Jedrick Wills is going to have a actual chance to win the job. But whoever they put over there, I think that's the person that they're going to use outside of Cole Kmet and that 13 personnel, because he's one of the best blocking tight ends coming out of college this year. And he has some relative good athletic scores as well. So I think, like, moving forward, if you were to get rid of a Cole Kmet down the line, he could be your tight end too. Colston obviously is going to be one, and be maybe featured more in the pass game. So
it certainly opens things up for you to do that. I think that's listen, I said it at the beginning of the year, right? I told y'all my favorite guy is my favorite guy is was Jaquan Brisker. I love Brisk. He plays balls to the wall. He's looking to kill you on every play. You know what I mean? Like I loved what he was as a player. I kind of expected him not to be here going into next season, or going into this season, I should say. So, you know, I think it's kind of that same case. Like I love Cole Kmet and what he can do when given the opportunity. And realistically speaking, Cole kind of isn't given the opportunity to do the things that he does well. Like he's not really utilized in pass catching anymore. He's not really utilized at all in the passing game. He's literally used as what we expect Sam Roush to be, run blocking. And, you know, if it gets to the point where I got to go to you, I can go to you, but also a pass catching tight end that I can put in if he is in need, if Colston is down or whatever it is. So like, I think this season is going to be very, very different in the sense of, you know, putting him out on the field. I think that he's going to be out there early on in 13 personnel, and they're going to say, if you block well, we'll give you more responsibility.
Where'd you find that image of, Joe? Because I'm sorry, I keep looking at him. He's like a mix between Thor and Superman.
Who, Sam Roush?
Yeah.
That's his picture on.
That was his draft profile picture?
On the NFL.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, listen, I can see. I mean, you don't want everybody to be a killer. You like some nerds out there. Yeah, I mean, nerds that didn't stop growing.
Tevin Jenkins had that nerd look.
Yeah, Tevin, but he bites your face off if he got a chance, and then he tear his own knee up. But that's different.
I think Sam
both
Roush,
hamstrings. We know what you were doing.
Sam Roush, I think he represents a move for the future. They know they got to upgrade that D line. They know that the Caleb super contract is coming. And so you're probably getting possibly the same or close to the same production when you bring in Roush to replace Kmet, because you still have Colston Loveland. And so to have that type of money allocated to Kmet at this point in time probably does not fit where this team is moving forward in the next year or two.
Here's a conversation too, boys. Realistically speaking, we hope that Ozzie Trapillo comes back fully healthy. If he don't, you may be rolling with these guys at left tackle going into next season, and maybe you're drafting one. But then you got a rookie left tackle that you're trying to get used to NFL speed pretty quick. Like Sam Roush may be very important in that sense. And it's why, to me, like when it got to the third round and we drafted him, I was like, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And I understood why I would have gone different positions, but I understood the kind of player that you were hoping that he was going to be. Xavier Thomas is an interesting conversation as well, because I'll be honest with you, as much as we talk about Sam Roush, and I think he's going to be on the field a ton in 13 personnel, which is 5% of the snaps. I think he's a special teams guy. I think he'll be on the field at times for 12 personnel, but you expect it to be more Cole and Colston. Xavier Thomas might be on the field a lot.
He's going to be on the field 50%.
Yeah.
Xavier Thomas might be on the field so much, it's like, hey, Ben, you got to let him breathe.
He's going to be on the field 52% of the time. Because
I think he's a special teams guy.
Special teams.
I think that he is a special teams guy playing both ways initially. I think that he is a gadget guy in the offense. I think you can see him get some run at running back. I think you can see him get some run at wide receiver. I think you can see him get some run as punt returner, as kick returner, as slot receiver. Like legitimately, I think Xavier Thomas, I think that he was probably the biggest reach of this draft. But for what you expect Ben Johnson to utilize him for, I fully think that he's going to be on the field probably the most out of any of these draft picks outside of Logan Jones, who would have to be on the field for pretty much most of the game. Of course, every offensive snap.
Mm-hmm.
So they are in 13, but the 3 wide receiver set, they were in 52% of the snaps last year. He is now going to take over Zacchaeus' spot in that role if he outplays.
He got to outplay Khalif Raymond. That's
Right,
Khalif Raymond. Outplay.
And Jade.
And Jade Walker.
But I don't really consider Jade was a slot guy. I don't think he was more of a slot guy.
Jade could play inside, outside, probably more outside than inside.
Right, he played more outside than inside. But we need a more slot receiver. And we got Khalif, but he is kind of like a unknown, just like Xavier Thomas. So it's one of those position battles that if Xavier Thomas shows that he has the good hands and can translate that 40 speed on the field, that he's able to maybe win out that slot wide receiver role. So it's a potential for him to be a day one starter too.
Yeah. Now, it's starter for him. I think he's going to be on the field a ton. I think starter for him is going to be tough because you're a gadget guy. Right, like he's not going to be the starting running back. He's not going to be a starting wide receiver. I don't think he beats out Khalif Raymond, who had his best season, I think, of 600 plus yards with Ben Johnson. I think Jade is still a conversation of a name that's got to be in there. But I think we're going to see him on the field a ton, and it's okay for you to not be a starter in the role that he's going to be in. JC, your thoughts?
I think Xavier Thomas is going to be the type of player, and not that he gets the chances that a Luther or a Colston got when they finally came back, learned the playbook, and then became more acclimated and used. But I feel like if Xavier takes advantage of the opportunities he has, where he might be the focal point on a play, or like the Tariq Cohen type, where he's getting the ball in the backfield on a trick play, or, he's a great punt returner, whatever he does when he's out on the field, it's successful, then Ben's going to continue to use him because he's young, he's fast. Another tidbit too is, man played at LSU, and he actually practiced against one of the top cornerbacks taken in the draft this year in Mansour Delane. And I think that's where a lot of people are kind of like, oh, he could be a little bit more underrated than you think, because he went against a top cornerback and the tape showed that he blew past him a few times with a few juke moves. Yeah. Like, he's got the speed, he's got the wiggle, but can he put it all together with the catchability and, just the smarts for route running and things of that nature? And so he has the chance to actually be a starter down the line. I think he'll be used sparingly. I don't know about 50% or 52%, but he'll be used sparingly all over the place.
I'll always say this: don't be fooled by the one-on-ones. It is a wide receiver DB drill, and it's a lot easier to be a wide receiver on that than it is to be a DB, because the wide receiver know where you're going. Well, like those one-on-ones are fun and they cool and they teach you how to get off the line and all that. But you know who was elite at them? Tyler Scott. Tyler Scott footwork off the line was so good. He could find his way open.
But Tyler had bad hands.
Another program,
he supposedly has better hands.
Yeah, Xavier went to LSU too.
Let's see. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see it first. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't saying that he's not going to be productive. He's not going to be valuable in this offense. I just got to see it. I seen the guy with good footwork that could beat the dominant DBs off the line.
You're right. The one-on-one is one thing. I think his actual college tape is actually good too. He had a lot of really hard catches when it was thrown his way. He wasn't the focal point on the offense, so I think that he kind of got overlooked with that. But hey, man, I think he's a still of a pick at where we got him. I put it like that.
His college tape or his college highlights?
I'll agree. College highlights.
Yeah,
But he also
your
was-
highlights can make you look phenomenal.
He also was a fourth or fifth round out.
He's a 3rd-round pick.
Xavier?
Xavier Thomas was
I thought
a
it was a
3rd-round pick. He was just
Third.
he was our
I
second
could've
3rd-round
sworn
pick.
He
I-
was.
We
I
won
thought it was later.
two.
I thought he
No,
was
it was
fourth.
later.
3. No, those two were the two.
1, 2, 3, 3, 4.
yeah, 1, 2,
But I
3,
did. But I
3,
did.
You
with-
skipped.
But then we
the
traded.
one guy
I
that
thought we.
played.
I thought we traded out of our second,
No, you
3rd
skipped
round for a
Muhammad.
4th. I thought we traded.
Malik Muhammad
I
was
thought-
in the 4th.
Oh, Malik Muhammad. Now that's what we missing
Yeah,
up there.
you
Okay.
skipped Malik Muhammad.
Okay, that's why.
Who's the one guy that probably will be a starter, which we gonna
Hey,
get
real
to.
talk.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off. That's why I thought he was in the 4th round.
No, he was a
missing
3rd-round
one.
pick.
Okay.
Let's talk about Malik Muhammad as we get here. I mean, I think that he's the guy that, outside of Dylan Thieneman, who you kind of expect to be that guy at the safety position. Logan Jones is truly a toss-up on if Garrett Bradbury's good enough to keep him at bay. With Dylan Thieneman, though, I'm sorry, with Malik Muhammad. I think Malik Muhammad might be the one person that could walk in and take a job away from somebody, especially now with Zay Frazier being released today, being waived today, which was a little bit surprising. You know that he's going to be in the mix. You got to talk about Terrell Smith in that conversation as well. You've got to talk about who's Cam Lewis in that conversation as well. I would say even I know I'm forgetting DBs on the Bears. Like, we have so many freaking DBs.
Tyreek and Kyler.
Well, Kyler's spot is kind of solidified. I don't think that there's any fear of Muhammad taking Kyler's spot. I think it comes down to Tyreek Stevenson's, if he's that guy or not. And I say this, like, a conversation that people just kind of aren't willing to have because of how much money he makes. Jalen Johnson ain't been Jalen Johnson for 3 years.
I'm gonna say 3, bro.
When is the last time Jalen Johnson was elite? He was not elite the last year of Flus. He was not elite the last year of Flus.
Yes, he was, because didn't he get all those interceptions the last year with Flus?
No, getting paid.
No,
What was his contract?
the year before the last year of Flus, he got all them interceptions. That's when he got paid. The last
That was
year,
2 years ago.
He did good.
no,
Yeah,
that
he
was
got
3 seasons ago.
This is now the 3rd season.
No,
Well, pull it up. You got to Google it right there.
The
You got to
year
Google
that he
it
got
right
all
there.
the interceptions and got paid was the year before the final year of Flus.
Hey, Joe, stat guy, can you look that up for us?
Oh!
I'm working on it. Lickety split.
The final year of Flus, Jalen Johnson gave up on the team. He was done. He was done with Flus. He was done with the calls. He was done.
He went to the Pro Bowl in 2024. 2023, he got Pro Bowl, and he was second in.
Yeah. You know I don't give a rat's you know what about the Pro Bowl.
You still gotta
Stats,
you gotta do something to make the Pro Bowl.
What was
No,
the
you don't.
stats, though?
He had
You know who they invited to the Pro Bowl this year? Justin Fields.
Yeah.
4 interceptions in 2023, 2 in 2024.
Right.
And
2024, he was
played
not the
17
same player
games.
that he was in 2023.
2024,
When he got his
2024, he was still solid. He was bad last year because he was hurt.
Last year he was hurt. Last year he was hurt.
The year before that, he was still good. He wasn't cheeks, bro.
He wasn't an all-pro.
He was an all-pro.
He was not an all-pro.
Bro, we had him. Everybody had him as an all-pro still coming into last year.
No, we said he could be rejuvenated to be at that level. We knew why he quit. He quit on the team.
I disagree.
You don't think he quit?
I disagree.
At the end of 2024.
I disagree in the aspect
When Buddy was running right up the middle and it was coming right at Jalen Johnson, and he said, "You go right ahead, go on in there."
I disagree the fact that he was cheeks in 2024.
I didn't say he was cheeks. I said he hasn't been the Jalen Johnson we paid in 3 years. The Jalen Johnson that was the all-pro, top of the league in
25,
PBU,
24.
you didn't want to throw the football
25,
his direction,
24.
was 3 years ago.
23.
He wasn't that last year because of injury. 2 years ago, he wasn't that because of the end of Flus. And then it was the season where he was that. So I'm saying this coming season, you hope he's healthy. If he is healthy and he's able to be that guy, you love it because he's 27 years old? He's still young.
Oh, yeah, still in prime.
But y'all know how injuries go and you know how DBs fall off.
Yeah.
We sitting here so focused on Tyreek, are we overlooking the conversation on what Jalen might be?
Well, you could.
Dude, Tyreek is trash, bro. How many times?
You know how I feel
How
about
many
Tyreek.
times did he? Even last year, he was held out because of his performance. He gets on the field, makes one play, and then resorts right back to that. It's the stupidity again, where Bayard had to come back and say, "Bro, get back in the game." So forget. So I'll way more have more faith in Jalen Johnson, even halfway injured, than Tyreek. So but Jalen Johnson halfway. So Malik Muhammad coming in. I'm saying that he's going to take over more of a Stevenson than that.
This is one thing we can't say. Jalen Johnson half injured was not better than Tyreek Stevenson. He was not.
Just to also,
he was not.
I disagree.
Can I also?
Jalen Johnson looked.
I'll die on that hill.
Jalen Johnson looked terrible last year, and that's okay. He was injured.
And Tyreek was an idiot.
He was injured.
And Tyreek was an idiot a lot of times.
Tyreek was an idiot for that one play.
Not one play.
What other play was Tyreek an idiot on? Name me another one.
The Washington play. The hands on. How many pass interferences? How many pass interferences have he had in his 4 years, bro?
Tyreek didn't have a lot of pass interference last year
because he wasn't on the field.
That was at the end
because
of the
production. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on my heel.
Yeah,
I'll take a half injured Jalen Johnson over Tyreek any day.
A half injured Jalen Johnson looked terrible last year.
And that just shows you how much Tyreek was.
And Jalen Johnson actually had a good year.
I think y'all just got a personal beef against him already.
Jalen Johnson played 17 games in 2024. He had more tackles than he did in 2023. He had 53 combined tackles. He had 7 tackles for loss, 42 solo. He had 2 interceptions where the year before he had 4. And he only had 36 tackles in total in 2023.
Oh, JJ?
He actually had a better line in 2024. He was not trash. He was half of who he was last year.
Pro. It's a certain level.
He had a better year. He's saying since 3 years. That's not accurate.
That's what I'm saying.
He was good in 2024.
Jalen Johnson
he was slow in 2025.
Jalen Johnson looked better in 2024 than he did in 2023 to you.
He statistically had a better number.
Overall,
Jalen Johnson looked better to you in 2024 than he did in 2023.
That's why everybody's challenging you. He did do good in 2024.
He didn't look good. He didn't have effort. Like everybody in the chat is sitting there going, yeah, he definitely.
No, they're not. They're saying they don't agree with you neither.
They don't agree with you either.
The mugs in the chat are saying that Jalen Johnson made business decisions in 2024.
Did he not? Having an old man moment. That was 2 years ago. Jalen was still the man in 2024.
Did he or did he not?
No, the business decision was directed towards me.
The Pro Bowl in 2024.
He didn't make. Yeah, the Pro Bowl don't mean nothing. Joe, you say Pro Bowl like that means something.
It does mean something.
We watched Mitch Trubisky go to a Pro Bowl.
You still got to play.
Pro Bowl don't mean nothing.
No, that just means now you're just discrediting it. Even if you
the Pro Bowl means
you
nothing.
You still got to do something to get recognized.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Justin Fields got invited to the Pro Bowl last year.
You had to play to a certain level to even get invited.
Justin Fields was good last year.
I said Justin Fields had a better statistic year than 2020.
Justin Fields played at a certain level to get invited to the Pro Bowl last year.
Still good in 2024.
Justin Fields
had more tackles.
More tackles for loss. No.
Because you got to
do something. No, because you got to do something, right? This is my thing. You got to do something to make the Pro Bowl. Justin Fields did something last year.
Jalen Johnson was still the man in 2024.
Fields do something to get invited? Sure? He turned it down because he said it'd be such a bad PR look. I can't go.
It doesn't. The Pro
Bowl don't mean a dang thing. Don't bring a Pro Bowl. I didn't give a fuck about a Pro Bowl.
He went to the Pro Bowl. No. He was second team All-Pro.
I'll agree with you. No, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you as an alternate. But the first pick. Not the alternate. If you're a first pick Pro Bowl person, yes, it means something. If you're an alternate, I'll give you that. It doesn't mean anything.
Jalen wasn't the first pick.
If you're a first
went
pick,
in as an alternate.
He had a better
went
year.
Into the Pro Bowl as an alternate.
He actually had a better year in 2024 than he did 2023. But he made all-team He was all-pro second team.
All-pro second team in 2023.
But 2024.
So he had a better year. The year he wasn't an all-pro.
Statistically, he actually had a better year.
As a DB, if you got more tackles, that means more balls got caught.
Pause.
That pause is well done. That's a DB. That was a well done pause. I gotta give you credit on that. That was a well done pause. I say all that to say,
Muhsin Muhammad's going to start.
Not Muhsin Muhammad. You went back to Moose. It's Malik Muhammad.
When wide receivers come to die, Moose. Oh my God.
Joe love bringing up that Pro Bowl, boy.
No, because you act like it doesn't.
The Pro Bowl don't mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing. They're
helps.
playing two-hand touch football in the Pro Bowl.
What I'm
It's
saying
been
is,
watered down
there's
for a
a
while.
certain barometer at a point.
Barometer?
Yes, you obviously.
Barometer.
What says
Spell
that
it,
you're a
Joel.
good player?
Thermometer.
Thermometer.
Thermo these nuts, all right?
Whoa!
Don't get offended there, Joe.
Swing, batter, swing. All I'm saying is that we all disagree that Jalen Johnson is still a good cornerback regardless, and even if he gets back to his back in shape, he was clearly heavy.
Pro Jalen Johnson.
We hope so. I mean,
Because
Father Time is still
if
undefeated.
he's not all pro Jalen Johnson, you paying him too much.
Then you can cut
That
him.
mean, well, that's why.
You take him off the list.
Well, that was my point in all of this was if you come into this season and look at Malik Muhammad and you say, yo, Malik Muhammad got something and we got a second round pick. Let's say Tyreek come out and cook. He dominates this year. Because Tyreek is not a bad player. He just do some clutch stuff.
He's too consistent with the cluck stuff for me to not like.
But see, this is the thing. This is the thing for me. This is the thing for me where I think we differ the most. I like a player that put his finger an inch from your eye but don't touch you. I like a player that's going to get on the wide receiver. Because I'll say this. Tyreek Stevenson had more penalties that probably went on wide receivers that was sitting there trying to punch him in the face than he had pass interferences last year.
If that's the case, I would have kept CJ over Tyreek Stevenson.
Well, CJ can't cover nobody. CJ was looking terrible.
Dude,
unless you're not pressing, Tyreek was a horrible coverage cornerback unless he pressed. What are we talking about? I don't want Tyreek Stevenson on the team anymore.
Only thing that killed Tyreek is the double move.
I love an antagonist.
Tyreek ain't seen a double move that he know yet. Hang on. He play up on everyone.
Which is why he gets flagged for so many penalties. He gets flagged for the holding penalties on the outside all the time. I definitely give you. I love an antagonist defensive back because guess what? He gets the wide receivers out of their comfort zone. They sit over there, want to push him after the play. Yeah, you're gonna get a couple penalties. But as far as his mental game, as far as being stupid after he makes a good play, it consistently happens, bro. Yeah, he hasn't learned. If you ain't learned after that Washington blunder and you still doing the same stuff next year, I can't rock with you, bro. That's just me.
Look,
Tyreek Stevenson had 4 penalties all of last season.
I mean snaps, because he showed him play a lot.
Tyreek Stevenson did play a lot. What do you mean? He was the
at a certain point. He did not.
At the end of it, when he went on IR and he didn't come back a lot. But Tyreek Stevenson had a lot of snaps last year.
Hey, look, you can't kill him.
Yeah, he didn't impact you.
Because if you kill him, he won't learn nothing.
He didn't impact the game to me, in my opinion. I think Malik.
Y'all just hate him though. That's different.
Bro, because there's no reason to hate him unless he does some bonehead stuff.
I liked him when he was here.
Tyreek Stevenson started 10 games last year.
Tyreek is
kind of a lot of snaps.
You know, but Tyreek has become like the like Russell Westbrook for me, where like coming out, the nastiness, toughness to this, and then just the boneheadedness.
I wouldn't even give him that kind of credit.
No, because that's why I stopped.
Well, don't even start on the Russ stuff because
I'm just saying
what if Russ is boneheaded?
It's the mental game that we're talking about. He's got the talent.
He's got the talent.
Just lock in and be mature.
At some point you got to mature,
whether
bro.
or not he has the talent at this point. He doesn't have the side to sideline speed. He doesn't have lateral ability.
I'm showing him lateral movement.
Yeah,
I am killing him with lateral movement.
Unless there was something personal going on with Zay again, I would have kept him over Tyreek.
That's crazy. You ain't even seen Tyreek play. Or you ain't even seen Zay Frazier play.
Yep, that's how bad I want him gone.
You just hate him. You never go. I will say this. The one thing that does annoy me is the antic, going to the crowd and stuff like that. Like here's the thing. You go to the crowd after a 4th down is broken up. I don't care. Go to a crowd on 3rd down.
Second down.
Yeah, you a club.
Yeah,
you a club.
What did he say this
second down?
The video showed him saying, "Oh, I'm a lock in. I'm gonna do it for my kids.
I watch this every offseason.
Oh, my babies. Oh, my. Yeah, all right. Okay, you better play."
I'm trying to see what his snap count was. Tyreek Stevenson was on the field for 54% of the snaps last season. So he's on the field for half the snaps.
Whoop-de-doo.
As a starter, you should be on the field for more than half the snaps.
He wasn't a starter the entire time.
And I wonder the reason why. His stupidity.
Because after that,
It wasn't lack of talent. It wasn't lack of talent. It was his stupidity, bro.
I think this is the thing. I do agree with you. His antics are what have kept him off the field. We saw last year a player that is the king of antics fix the antics. If it comes to CJGJ.
Oh, well.
He did.
CJGJ was the god of antics.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Like that's my thing is if you can get Tyreek to lock in and bring the antics down, you know, and just know to play, like I think he's got the talent to be on the field. You would rather have a player who's your second round pick, who's going to cost you a lot less moving forward than, to me, a Zay Frazier who you brought up, who's a 5th round pick. Like you would rather have your second round pick pan out than a 5th round pick.
You definitely 100%. I definitely, you would definitely, because just as far as the, you know, your Ryan
we doing
Poles,
all this. Malik Muhammad taking all their jobs.
Right. As far as that, you want to, you say this is my picks. You want your higher picks to definitely pan out. But if he is a head case and he ain't learned nothing, then you got to let him go, and then Muhammad can potentially take his place.
So this is how it went last year. He played week 1, 96% of the snaps, week 2, 100%, week 3, 100%, week 4, 100%, week 5, 100%. And he was phenomenal in those weeks. Like he changed that Dallas game completely and he balled out in the Washington game. Like he did a lot of really good things.
That was nice.
Played 57% versus New Orleans. Played 72% versus Cincy. I think he got banged up in the New Orleans game. Played 100% versus the Giants, 72% versus Minnesota, 16% versus Pittsburgh, 57% versus Cleveland, 37% versus Green Bay, and 25% versus San Francisco to finish the year. So he was on the field a lot.
You said he only started 10 games. It's 17 games in the season. So I think that was at the point where they was like, all right, we sitting you because you making too many boneheads.
Well, he also got banged up last year. Remember, he was on IR for a little while.
Yeah.
I think he had a hip thing. Either way, like, we'll see what ends up with Malik Muhammad. I do think Malik Muhammad can be a starter on this team.
Absolutely.
I think Tyreek has to play with all of his P's and Q's. Like, if you miss, it's GG's. If you get banged up, it's GG's. If you have a boneheaded play, it's GG. Like, I think Tyreek is coming into this situation having to prove everything that he is to Dennis Allen. And I think the end of the season led you to believe that. But I tell you what, that Zay Frazier move today, a little more cutthroat up there. I don't know if Jalen Johnson is safe as everybody think he is. Let him not look great.
Well, he's got one.
Making as much money as he making.
Everybody's on the cut block. Everybody's on the cut block. If you're not, if you're not contributing to this team, you can be cut.
But we
saying.
haven't been a team. Well, you ain't gonna cut Jalen because of the dead money. But if you ain't contributing to this team in the manner that Ben Johnson need or Dennis Allen need,
watch your back.
You may not be there.
Watch your back.
Well, they're trying to win.
You may not be there. And it may be big. And I'll tell you this, they're going to be less lenient with big money players than dudes that don't make nothing.
That's what it is.
Jalen Johnson name is going to be in that conversation. Montez Sweat name going to be in that conversation. Grady Jarrett ain't coming back here.
Are you paying him? Are you paying? He's one of your favorite Bears. Are you going to pay him?
My favorite Bear didn't get paid.
You riding to die for Tyreek. Are you going to pay him?
Oh, I ain't riding the dime for Tyreek. I'm just saying I think that Tyreek can come in and prove that the antics is behind me. I can play, and this is the bottom line of me playing.
He did the same crap last year, bro. If it walks like a duck and talks and quacks like a duck, guess what?
It's a dog.
A duck.
Hey, sometimes you got to get that real put in front of you of, I will take your NFL career away, and I will tell everybody around the league, this the kind of player you getting with Tyreek Stevenson.
But he showed that himself last year doing the same thing, bro, on second down.
And that's why he ain't play. That's why Dennis Allen ain't play him. That's what I'm saying. My whole thing, like, I think y'all say he's not talented.
No.
I don't think he's not talented. I think he's gotten into the doghouse.
I'm saying he's not focused.
No, I say he's definitely talented, but his stupidity overshadows his talent.
He's not focused.
So if he focus up.
Focus.
If he focus up,
Focus on yourself.
If he's CJ, nobody wanted to touch CJ Gardner-Johnson. CJ Gardner-Johnson, a dang good football player.
Yes, he
Correct.
is.
Oh,
Really
He's a dog. Like, he's a dang good football player.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, you get, I think for me, I just look at it and I'm like, I'll bet you there's a little more leniency in, hey, Tyreek, if you cut the antics out, we can move on.
But you still got to pay him though.
You do got to pay him. That don't mean you got to pay him top dollar.
He ain't gonna want top dollar.
Or you let him walk away and you draft another DB because we know Ryan Poles is the DB god.
He's a DB king.
All of this for nothing. Malik Muhammad's probably starting. Jordan Vandenberg is how we gonna finish this episode out. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. As Joel over here talking about a Pro Bowl. Give a fuck about a Pro Bowl then. I'm gonna give a fuck about a Pro Bowl now. We were gonna talk bowls, but we didn't get to it. That's okay.
talk about goddamn Pro Bowl.
You and your Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, who was in the Pro Bowl this year?
I don't remember.
How many seconds of the Pro Bowl hit your TV, Joe?
I don't think it hit anybody's TV.
Listen,
Who watched the Pro Bowl at all?
I'm not watching the Pro Bowl at all.
I did. I watched a little bit of.
I turned it on to be like, they tackling again? No, that was a flag. All right, bet. Let me get up out of
I watched
here.
a little flag football.
They doing flag football.
Watch a little flag football.
And then went out there and got cooked by real flag football players. So now you need to go back to tackle because you look bad.
They didn't take it seriously, but moving on.
Getting to Jordan Vandenberg,
he's not
bench
gonna
player,
he's not gonna
role
take it.
player.
It was what you call depth piece.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Even though they said he might be a steal.
They had him.
He a big boy.
They said he might be a
He's a
steal.
big boy.
He
They
might
said he might be a
turn into
steal,
something.
yeah.
Right. He might be one of those second-year players that, learn how to NFL speed, get some coached up a little bit and then turn into something his second year. But he's a bench player for right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's a 6th round pick. I don't think we're breaking any barriers there to say that. So
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh,
I think I'm not saying he's in the mode of what we found in Tom Guy. Different role, different opportunity. But Jordan Vandenberg, just from the tape that I did see, and yes, it was highlights, but it seems as if he's very stout. He's very hard to move. There could be a case for, again, just like with Xavion, if he comes out there and he does his job on the few snaps that he gets, and you got Shamar that's not really adjusting to the league well, or you got Javon Dexter still
being Javon
high
Dexter
to point of attack and not really getting the pad level. Jordan Vandenberg might get more chances the more and more we see. Again, that's why I believe there's an opportunity for a lot of these no names and guys to really kind of shine, because you have a coaching staff that cares about, it doesn't care about the name on the back of the jersey. It cares about your performance and your productivity. So I think that if he comes out and he is nasty as he looks on film, you might get a 6th round pick that might be more rotational. I'm not going to say start, but he'll be out there more than we think.
If he turns into a rotational piece, we are dominant with how we drafted in this. Like, realistically,
I was thinking like along the lines of a Mike, of a Mark Anderson kind of. What was Anderson?
Mark Anderson.
I mean, but like if he develops into that, that's great. I mean, but I think the way this works with this D line is that you can rotate out. It's not. It is designed to, I think, just keep sending fresh bodies in to a certain point. Our secondary and our linebackers are kind of set, but I think the idea is that we got to have continual pressure on that D line. So if he can contribute, good. I mean, what we had guys they were kind of rotating out of line last year, trying.
Yeah, I mean, we had bodies.
Yeah,
Joe Tryon Shoyinka.
My guy.
Jordan always think nobody got an opportunity to try and prove what they are. Like, the first time the coaches see him is when they hit the field. He'd be like, I just think Joe didn't get enough opportunity on the field. Probably because he sucked in practice.
It was Alex Leatherwood. I didn't think got it.
Alex Leatherwood. You believed in Leatherwood.
Now.
You love it. I mean, you thought Jalen Phillips didn't get enough run.
That's right. Come on now.
I mean, you love a guy that's not going to be on the team next year. I'm going to be honest with you, Jordan.
GJ
well, we got the mid defender, and then we got the underdog.
The underdog. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Not bird, nor plane, nor even frog. Just little old him. Underdog. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do for the super producer.
Put that
Joel Hope. Yeah, I didn't
we
care.
never got to it?
Yeah, we didn't get to it. We've been live an hour now. It's all right. For the super producer, Joel Hope.
Over a little bit, but
I think overall, I'm happy to see that the Bulls want to do something. I like that Reinsdorf said that he wanted to be accountable for doing something better. So good. And we got a new guy. Great. Let's go.
I like him.
We'll see what happens.
That's it.
Super producer, thanks.
I love that he's like, I made this graphic. I'm saying words on it.
It's something.
He comes in here late, makes the graphic, and then he's like, oh, we're going to use it.
No, I didn't catch that we were like moving on from it. I would.
We spent a lot more time on that topic than I thought we were. We started arguing about Jalen Johnson Pro Bowls.
Yeah, this sounds like a Pro Bowl GM over here.
Yeah, you got. Well, if the Bulls had drafted all of the players that I told them to draft,
We'd have Pro
in
Bowl
the
players.
spots that they were at, they would AK would still have a job. I said draft Walker Kessler. I said trade up and go get Cedric Coward.
Ooh.
I said what was the other one I said? There was another draft pick.
Good guy, Halliburton.
And he took a piece of garbage. Oh, I wanted Devin Vassell.
He's good too.
I wanted TSJ.
Who did we take that? Well, we got Modest that draft. I'll take
Still.
Modest over TSJ.
Of course, but
I don't think you would.
I would. I
think you're ready to turn ship on
Modest.
TSJ.
This guy says we're going to turn over a new leaf. We've broken down the cupboard to the bear, and we're going to build it up. I take his word for it. He built a couple good teams.
Him?
Yeah.
I mean, to me,
He's talking about what's his name?
to me,
Bryson Graham.
that's what I'm saying. Him.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, honestly, we'll see. I don't. The proof is in the pudding. Like, it's all great until it actually happens and we start drafting and figure out with our coaches, whatever the scheme is. So on one hand, it's
We
like
get AJ.
I want everybody to have an
We
input.
get AJ.
Get AJ.
We get AJ.
I'm happy.
Do we want Tibbs
Well,
back?
I'm beyond happy.
No, we get AJ.
I don't want Tibbs at all.
We don't want
Keep
Tibbs.
Tibbs away from my team.
No.
Tibbs will have to become the first coach, the oldest coach to ever win an NBA championship. No, I'm good. Go get a young guy. I do think it's interesting that it's pretty obvious that Monty Williams is probably the next Bulls head coach.
I was thinking Rajon Rondo.
They said Rondo's high on the list.
Rondo is doing interviews now.
Rondo's high on the list.
Yeah, that's one of my sleeper all-time favorite point guards.
As a coach.
Rondo probably be a good coach. I said
so,
early on, I was like, I would take a chance on Rondo, but I think it's going to be Monty Williams now because of the overlap with him with the Hornets and
I don't like Monty.
Monty's Black Billy.
He teaches, but he doesn't win.
Yeah,
Right.
I
They
don't
gave
want a
me
black
they
guy.
gave me the cold
They're
shoulder.
all Billy Donovan. I keep telling y'all this. Nick Nurse is Muppet Billy Donovan. Doc Rivers is vocal cord Billy Donovan. Like, if you give them great players, they win. If you give them mediocre players, they lose.
Yeah.
Players don't matter. LeBron James took a foreign dude that we don't know to the NBA Finals. What was his name?
Pago, something P.
Oh, him.
Y'all going way too crazy on the name. It wasn't that foreign. It was a very regular name.
No, it's Pengo or something like
No,
that.
it was not.
It was he was a
David Blatt.
No, Cleveland had he took one of that Cleveland foreign head coach guy.
David Blatt.
No, he had another guy.
The cross seas.
His name was David
That was
Blatt.
the foreign part that you're talking about.
No,
He
you
coached
know
across
he coached under some guy too, some foreign guy.
Really?
Yeah, it began with a P. It was like Pango, Panero, or something like that.
I think
Gennaro Pargo?
No,
I would just I mean I get
That is David Blatt. This is who you thinking of, Drew.
no,
That is the foreign guy.
no, but he was there too. But I do remember him. Yeah, but no,
He went to a final with him. The other final is Mike Brown. He went to a final with Mike Brown.
no. I think the biggest thing is like it's
That's
a combination.
talking about.
Of, obviously,
AJ is trash. Get out of here, bro. Now it's time to end it. Now it's
AJ
time
who?
to end.
The Bester?
Yeah.
Hey, you
Right.
smoking.
Oh man, what are you smoking? If some
Smoking that good gasoline.
pass me some of that.
Yeah, I'm on that good
Pass that on the
cushion
left-hand side,
alcohol.
please. What?
All right.
But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. For the super producer, Joel Holt, of course, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better?
Nobody, bro.
And Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC.
Hey.
It is your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out
my
there, Chicago.
God, back at
Bear
it
down.
again.
One love. Peace.
In the kitchen.
Ooh,
See you guys.
That's right.
I don't know. I think
David Blatt. He went to a finals with David Blatt.
No,
I would just like to see.
No, he wasn't in the playoffs. If I was in the playoffs with another one of them, like really, like no name.
Trying to
head
think. Can I
coaches.
name all of Brown's head coaches? Mike Brown, Ty Lue, David Blatt, There was a garbage name in there. I'm trying to remember. Of course, Eric Spoelstra went to the finals with him. What's the weird one?
JJ Redick.
Frank Vogel. JJ Redick now. Can I name another? Is there Luke? No.
Who was his original?
What's the one that got Mike Brown? What's the one that got shot in the forehead? He was a player. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name. He sucked real bad.